Good morning, students. During the previous class, we learned about combustion and the conditions for combustion, combustible and non-combustible materials. What do you mean by combustion? Combustion means a material or a substance reacts with oxygen to give off heat or to produce heat. A material or a substance reacts with oxygen, combines with oxygen, producing heat. That's what combustion. In our surroundings, there are so many materials. These materials can be classified into two: combustible and non-combustible substance. For example, wood, charcoal, kerosene, petrol are combustible materials. At the same time, an iron piece or a stone that does not undergo combustion are known as non-combustible materials. Combustible materials and non-combustible materials. You must learn examples for combustible materials and non-combustible materials. We also learned the ignition temperature. The ignition temperature means the low temperature at which a substance catches fire. A low temperature at which it catches fire. That is known as ignition temperature. Ignition temperature. Then the conditions for combustion. We learned that air means oxygen, is the necessary condition for a material to burn. Air is, in the absence of air, also combustion takes place. For example, how heat and light is produced in the sun. In the sun, heat and light is produced by nuclear reaction. Sun, heat is produced by nuclear reaction. It is produced by nuclear reaction. We also learned that a candle is lighted candle is placed inside the table, the top of the table. Then you cover it with a glass. Within a second, it put off, the flame put off. Why? What happened? When the oxygen inside the glass is lost, is complete, the flame is put off. The flame is put off. Today, we are going to study different types of combustion. What are the different types of combustion? One, rapid combustion. Rapid combustion. Second, spontaneous combustion. Third, explosion. Combustion, we already learned that it is a substance reacts with oxygen, or the substance reacts with air. Air means oxygen. The only component which helps burning is oxygen. In the absence of oxygen, no substance burn. Then a substance or a material reacts with oxygen and to produce heat is known as combustion. This combustion is classified into three types. One, rapid combustion. Rapid means quick. Certain materials like phosphorus. Phosphorus, its ignition temperature is 30 degrees centigrade. So at a normal days or at a normal temperature, normal atmospheric temperature, if we place in the atmosphere, it automatically burns because its ignition temperature is 30 degrees centigrade. So at the atmospheric temperature, it will burn. That is rapid combustion. Then there is spontaneous combustion. That in our home, gas, cooking gas, it is spontaneous combustion. When we produce flame near the gas, it undergoes combustion quickly. It is known as spontaneous combustion. Then there is a third type, explosion. Explosion means in fireworks or the reaction takes place inside the gunpowder. It burns very attractive. It's known as explosion. That means not only burning, at the same time colored light and sound is also produced. That is explosion. So this combustion can be classified into three. One, rapid combustion. For example, like hydrogen gas or phosphorus, which ignition temperature is very low, it undergoes combustion at atmospheric temperature is known as rapid combustion. Then spontaneous combustion. In our home, cooking gas, if you open the gas stove and we light it, suddenly it catches fire. It is spontaneous combustion. Suddenly catches fire. Then there is explosion. Explosion means in fireworks. Fireworks means in gunpowder. Gunpowder is in addition to burning, it produces light and sound. Fireworks. In Malayalam it is known as Kariman in the Karam Medicated. That is rapid combustion. That is explosion. So you must know these three types of combustion: rapid combustion, spontaneous combustion, and explosion. And examples: rapid combustion means example phosphorus or hydrogen. Spontaneous combustion, example cooking gas. Explosion means fireworks or gunpowder. That is explosion. Today we are also going to learn certain things which catches fire easily. Certain materials which catches fire easily. At the same time, certain materials which does not catch fire easily. For example, if a piece of paper, if we throw in a flame, it catches fire easily. At the same way, a piece of wood, it does not catch fire easily. Why? The reason is that each substance, each materials had a special ignition temperature. Do you know the term ignition temperature? The low temperature, the least temperature at which the substance catches fire is known as ignition temperature. In the case of paper, the ignition temperature is very low, so it catches fire easily. At the same time, a piece of wood does not catch fire easily because its ignition temperature is very high. Then we also know that in our home there is a matchbox. This is matchbox. How it catches fire? What are the materials? This is a matchstick. What are the materials at the tip of the matchstick? these materials, antimony sulfate, potassium chloride and white phosphorus. This mixture contains three materials. What are they? This material contains antimony trisulfide, antimony antimony sulfide, antimony trisulfide, potassium chloride, white phosphorus, and blue. So, whenever you see the matchstick or a matchbox, you must remember these four materials. Blue is now function. Blue is used for fixing the tip of the wood piece. What are the materials? What are the materials at the tip of matchstick? At the tip of the matchsticks, there are three materials. What are three materials? Antimony trisulfide. Antimony trisulfide. Second, potassium chloride. KCl. Third, white phosphorus. White phosphorus. Fourth thing means blue. Blue means this is like a paste with the blue. These are the materials at the tip of the matchstick. Then, what are the materials at the side of the matchbox? At the side of the matchbox, there is glass powder and glue. What's the use of glass powder? When we struck against the box, it has a friction and produces heat. Then it reaches the ignition temperature and burn. When we struck against a matchbox, inside the matchbox, there is the side of this, we can see another color. This material is, what are the materials? Glass powder. Glass powder mixed with the glue and paste. Why glass powder is produced to make the surface up. If it is smooth, the matchstick does not catch fire. So, in order to make the side of the matchbox rough, glass powder is used. It is basically using it. So, whenever you see what happened, then why it happened? Why we use this struck against the matchbox, what happened? Catches fire. It catches fire. Then what are the things? Then it turned to an ash. Then why it is, what is the purpose of striking against? One, struck against the side of the matchbox, there is rust surface, then due to friction. When you know that if after several use, if this side becomes smooth, it does not catch fire. If it is rough, the side of the box is rough, it catches fire. So, what are the things you learned from this? You learned three things. What is the first thing? The materials at the tip of the matchstick. What are the things or what are the chemicals at the tip of the matchstick? At the tip of the matchstick, you today itself take a matchstick and say the materials based on the tip of the matchstick. What are the materials? Antimony trisulfide. Antimony trisulfide. Then potassium chloride. Potassium chloride, white phosphorus, and what are second thing you are asked to do is the materials at the side of the matchbox. The materials at the side of the matchbox are glass powder and glue. Then what is the use of glass powder? To paint the surface rough. Then only due to friction it produces a heat and help the stick to bend. Then we can light a candle. then we can, what's flame? Certain substances are inflammable. When you go to the town in certain tanker lorries, there is known as inflammable, highly inflammable. What's mean by highly inflammable? How do you see this? Certain LPG or petroleum carrying tanker lorries. The side of the tanker lorry, it may be written as highly inflammable. Do you see it? Highly inflammable. What is the meaning of the word inflammable? Inflammable means easily catches fire. Certain substances easily catches fire. That is known as highly inflammable. That means at that time there may be either LPG gas or petroleum gas or petrol, or they are easily catch. Why they easily catch fire? Certain substances which vaporizes. Certain substances which easily vaporizes, catches fire easily, and they are known as inflammable substances. But at the same time, charcoal, good charcoal, that substance that does not vaporize. That does not vaporize, they do not produce flame. Today, you have to understand what is the difference between flame or inflammable substance. Which substances produce flame? Which substances produce flame? The substances which you vaporize, kerosene, petrol, they undergo vaporizes and they vapor each catches fire, so they are known as highly inflammable. At the same time, charcoal or coal, they does not vaporize, so they does not produce flame. Let us watch a flame. Do you see the candle flame? Do you see the candle flame? This is flame. Why this is a flame? This is wax. Wax is, it undergoes heating, it undergoes vapor. So it burns with a flame. In your test tube, there is a parts of a flame. So today itself you took a candle, lighted the candle, then observe the different parts. Where is the hottest part? You can see clearly see the flame if you place the room where there is no wind. Now there is a strong wind, so the flame does not stand direct. It is flickering. If it is flickering, we can't see the parts. Then you clearly look at that tip is highly hot. The tip of the flame is highly hot, middle, moderate hot, and the lower part least hot. So, likewise, in a flame, at the top it burns completely, and at the middle part it partially burns, and at the bottom of the flame it does not burn. So, in your test tube also, the parts of the flame is given. So you first light the candle, then take the test and compare the parts, not in your test tube picture, the candle in your hand. Then you can see where we have the highest watt. Highest watt at the tip is the hottest part. At the middle there is moderate watt, and the bottom there is least watt. Similarly, at the top, it burned quickly, completely. At the middle, partial waning, and at the bottom of the string there is unburned wax. So you have to learn the parts of a candle also. Then we can go to the next topic, how we can control the fire. How we can control the fire. In your nearest town, you have seen that the fire brigade. Now we have called a fire force. Fire force. Now we always see that in some lorries they were carrying water inside their lorry tank. The first material, first and easily available material used for controlling fire is water. If water is sprayed to the burning part, it will be put out. How it put out the fire? First, if we spray water to the burning part, the temperature cools. First we pour the water. What is the action takes place? The fire force. If there is a fire taking place, we pour water. The fire force pour water. When we pour water, first pour water. Then what are the things take place? If we pour water to the burning surface, burning material, this temperature it cools down. Then what happens? Its ignition temperature increases. Its ignition temperature increases. Then what happens? The whole thing, if water is poured into the burning surface, it vaporizes. This water vapor prevents the cut off the oxygen supply or the air supply to the burning surface. So they can control the fire. What are the materials? What are the reactions? Or how when we pour water, we can control the fire. How we can control fire using water? If pour water, what happened? If we pour water, what happened? There is a cooling effect. If there is a cooling effect. First of all, we know that what are the things needed for burning? If there is a burning take place, there are three things. There is heat, air, and fuel. If there is a burning take place, there is a combination of three things. There is heat. In the absence of heat, no burning take place. So the three essential things for burning of heat is burning of a material is first heat, then air, then fuel. In the absence of in the absence of heat, there is no burning take place. In the absence of air or oxygen, no burning take place. In the absence of fuel, there is no burning. What do you mean fuel? The substance undergo combustion. The substance undergo combustion is known as fuel. The substance undergo, if there is a burning take place, these three things must be. For the principle behind the controlling of fire is cut off one of these. If heat is cut off, there is no burning take place. If air is cut off, there is no burning. If the fuel is removed from there, no burning take place. So, if a burning is to be take place, there must be at least these three materials, these three parts must there be combination. So the principle behind the controlling of fire is cut off one or two things. Then there is no fire. This is principle. For this purpose, we pour water. If you pour water to the burning surface, then there is no heat. There is a cooling effect. Then the water vapor cut off the air supply to the burning surface. So there is no. The second material which we used for controlling fire is the fire extinguishers in your school, in your village school. There we can see there is carbon dioxide. That fire extinguisher. Please watch and observe and read it. What are the materials inside the fire extinguisher tank and how it is used? We can see, we can watch on the today when you go to school or any institution or any building. In some there are places sometimes there trust fire, but fire to control fire. Inside the tank, it is filled with the carbon dioxide at high temperature. There are two types of fire extinguishers. In one type, it is stored at the carbon dioxide is stored at high temperature, at high pressure, like our gas tank in your kitchen. When you open the stove, gas is poured and burned. Similarly, in certain fire extinguishers, the carbon dioxide is stored in a pipe. When you open the carbon dioxide port and you can control the fire. So, the two materials used for controlling fire are one, the water, and the second thing is carbon dioxide. Where carbon dioxide is used for extinguishing fire? As we first say, certain highly inflammable materials like kerosene, petrol, when they catch fire, we can't control it using water. So they are lighter than the density is lighter than water. So if we spray water, it go upwards and again burn. So when there is burning, like highly inflammable materials, we use carbon dioxide. So, what are the things we learn today? What are things we learn today? We know combustion. Combustion is combining with oxygen. Combining with oxygen. In the absence of oxygen, no reaction, no combustion, no burning, no flame. Then the combustion can be classified into three. Today we learned the combustion can be classified into three. What are they? They are rapid combustion, spontaneous combustion, and explosion. Rapid combustion, spontaneous combustion, and explosion. You may not learn by heart, you may really understand. These two, you can see that the explosion means producing sound. Combustion accompanied with sound is explosion. That is fireworks or burning of gunpowder. Spontaneous combustion means burning of gas. Rapid combustion means burning of materials which have low ignition temperature. Then we have learned that the parts of a match, the sides of matchbox, which are what are the materials inside of matchbox. And what are the materials at the tip of a matchstick? You have learned by heart. There is no other way to learn. What are the things at the tip of a matchstick? At the tip of a matchstick, there are three things. What are the three things? Antimony trisulfide, potassium chloride, and white phosphorus. It may be used with. What are the things at the side of matchbox? Glass powder, and then the last thing we learn today is how to control fire. Who are the responsible for controlling fire force? Today we are there in class fire and rescue. You see the word fire and rescue. Fire means controlling fire. Rescue means escape. So then what are the materials used for controlling fire? First water. Then if there is a burning in an oil, we use carbon. What are the three things needed for burning? The three things needed for burning is heat, air and heat. What is the principle behind the controlling of fire? If a burning takes place, these three things must compulsory: heat, air and fuel. The principle behind the controlling fire is to cut off the supply of one of these three. Then there is we can control the. So today you have to learn, read and learn and observe the things. What are the things you are asked to observe? First you can observe the matchstick and matchbox. Then you collect the phone number of your nearest fire station. This is the only way you can, if you have many take place in your neighborhood, you can immediately call the fire force and they will immediately reach there and rescue the phone or the place. Then so you do it, first you observe it. Then you collect the phone number of the nearest fire brigade or fire force and put in your diary in the first page. It's useful or helpful for not only yourself for your neighbors also. The third thing you have is when you go to a town, you can see that the tanks of certain lorries are highly inflammable. On hearing, you must learn that body will be highly inflammable. Which substances are highly inflammable? The other thing you have to learn is you have to light a candle and learn and study, observe and study the parts of a flame. So we can see the next class. Okay.